Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going on a little journey, taking you all the way from a rough, messy sketch to a polished digital reality. We're going to be exploring the floor plan starter service from CaDesign Solution LLC. Now, if you've ever felt that sudden itch to renovate, remodel, or just completely reimagine a room in your house, you know exactly how exciting that initial spark of inspiration can be. But let's be real, actually capturing that spark on paper, that is a completely different story. So we're going to break down exactly how those rough, back-of-the-napkin ideas are effortlessly transformed into professional digital layouts. We'll look at the costs, the process, and basically understand how to bridge that massive gap between a simple homeowner's vision and a professional-grade blueprint. So ask yourself this: do you have an amazing idea for your space, but absolutely no idea where to even start? It's okay if you do, because this is the fundamental problem that stops so many incredible projects dead in their tracks. You know the feeling. You're walking through your home or maybe a new property, and you can picture exactly where that new wall should go. You can see how the kitchen island should flow perfectly right into the living room. You've got the vision. But then, you actually try to draw it out. Suddenly, you're using a blunt pencil on a piece of scrap paper, totally struggling to figure out the scale, or maybe you're squinting trying to decipher this outdated, faded floor plan left over from the previous owners. It's incredibly frustrating, right? You feel totally stuck because you simply lack the technical design expertise to communicate what is crystal clear in your head to a contractor or a builder. It's a super common dilemma, and frankly, it's exactly where this service steps in to save the day. Think about the stark contrast here. On one hand, you have the reality for most of us when we start a project. Rough sketches, outdated floor plans, and just messy, chaotic measurements jotted down on a notepad. It's completely prone to errors. But on the flip side, clean, precise, professional digital floor plans. CaDesign Solution LLC basically positions itself right in the middle of these two extremes. They act as your expert guide, taking you directly from all that confusion to total clarity. The best part is, you don't have to become a drafting expert overnight. You just have to know what you want. They literally take the raw, imperfect, messy data you have and translate it into a universal, professional design language. Let's actually break down how this works in practice, because the process is incredibly straightforward, which, let's be honest, is exactly what you want when you're dealing with the stress of a potential renovation. Step 1 is simple. Just gather your rough ideas, your basic measurements, or whatever old plans you have lying around. Seriously, don't worry about them being perfect. Step 2, you hand that raw information over to the team at CaDesign. And Step 3, you receive your clean digital plan. Boom! That is the entire customer journey for the floor plan starter service. What's so empowering about this is that you really don't need to be an architect to get started. You bring whatever you have, and the professionals handle all the heavy lifting to turn it into a perfectly usable layout. Now, what's really interesting here is the barrier to entry, or rather the total lack of one. When most people hear phrases like professional digital floor plans or design services, the immediate gut reaction assumption is that it's going to cost thousands of dollars just to get the ball rolling. But CaDesign introduces their floor plan starter service beginning at just $99. I mean, that is a highly approachable starting price point. It dramatically lowers the risk for anyone who just wants to see their basic idea translated into a clean layout before they go and commit to a massive construction budget. It's just an incredibly smart, low-pressure way to invite people into the design process without making them feel financially overwhelmed from day one. Now, while that starting price is highly accessible, total transparency is absolutely crucial for a good customer experience, because every single space is uniquely different. The final cost is naturally going to depend on a few logical variables. The overall project scope is a big one, right? I mean, are we looking at a tiny single bathroom or an entire lower level? Total square footage naturally plays a big role, as well as design complexity. A simple rectangular open concept room is obviously very different from a historic home with weird angles and structural quirks. And finally, the number of requested changes or revisions will factor in. By putting these factors out there right up front, CaDesign builds instant trust through clear communication. There are no hidden surprises here, just a very logical scaling of cost based on the actual work required for your specific space. So you might be wondering, where exactly is this service available? Well, for homeowners and property owners located in the local DMV area, so that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia, there is a dedicated local service that actually allows for both in-person and digital collaboration. It's a really nice touch for folks who prefer a more hands-on, local connection. But the great news is they aren't limited by geography at all. If you are anywhere outside of the DMV, eligible remote services are available across the entire United States through a fully digital collaboration model. So whether you're right in their backyard or all the way across the country, you can still take full advantage of this streamlined process to get your digital floor plan. And as your project evolves, your needs are probably going to evolve too. The starter floor plan is really just the foundational piece of a full design project. Once you have that clean digital base, CaDesign offers some really cool additional services that can be seamlessly layered on. You've got options for floor plan modifications, full design concepts, and even high-end 3D visualization. Now, just to be totally clear, these advanced options are available at higher starting prices, depending on the scope of your project. But the beauty of this structure is that it isn't some aggressive, rigid pricing catalog that you're forced to buy into all at once. It's completely scalable. You start with a basic plan, and if you suddenly realize, hey, I really need to see that new kitchen island rendered in stunning 3D before we start knocking down walls, well, that option is right there, waiting for you, as your vision grows. Which really brings us to the core philosophy behind this entire service. This approach isn't about aggressively selling you something you don't need. It's about validating your ideas and giving you the professional tools to make them a reality. Have a space you're thinking about changing? Let's start with your idea. CaDesign Solution LLC, designing customer vision.